Well, how's it going, everyone? We had the chance to do a little winter riding this weekend. We've been waiting to head up to Old Fort, New York to do some snowmobiling, but the timing over the last several weeks hasn't really worked out with the weather not cooperating and marginal snow conditions. They've had some warmer weather up there recently as well with some rain. So we've had to push off that trip just a little bit, so we decided that it was a good time to hit the trails and get out on the ATVs and do a little bit of riding. So we're here at Michaux ATV Trails today and spend a nice brisk Saturday afternoon on the trails. So thanks for watching and enjoy the ride. So recently there must have been quite a large wind event in this area. You'll probably notice in the video a good number of trees down, many completely across the trail. We came to a few smaller ones like this that were pretty easy to get around, but we didn't bring a saw with us, so thankfully there were no trails that were completely blocked. Someone went ahead of us and they really did a lot of work recently. We saw some really large trees that were freshly cut. They were clearly completely blocking the trails, but they had been cleaned up. I've been wanting to get a smaller battery-operated chainsaw, and I just keep putting it off because you don't really need it until you need it. So one of those are back on my list again. If you guys have any recommendations for a saw, go ahead and let me know. We're coming here to the end of the trail at marker 35, and DCNR has recently closed down a small dead-end trail. This trail used to take you out to 340, and I'm not actually sure what the purpose of the trail was. It was very short, didn't really lead anywhere. I'm not sure if it was maybe an old, snowmobile trail that used to go across 340 or what, but we used to go down there to the end and take a little rest at the turnaround, and it was a nice place to stop, but for some reason they shut it down. And interestingly, it's not open to bikers or hikers or anything like that. They just completely closed off the trail with no path around, and found that kind of interesting. So we're about to approach marker 18, which is at the lower end of Fuzzy Trail. And if I remember correctly, it's some point right after marker 18 that we came to a spot where it looks like DCNR is doing a little bit of trail building. We didn't venture down the trail, but it's clear that they're up to something in this area. My guess would be some kind of connector, as there's already a couple other trail intersections nearby. So they might just be building a trail to try to bypass an area along the trail, or to go over or avoid one of the creeks or streams that are in that area. But they're clearly up to something down this new trail near marker 18. So we're on our way back to the truck after riding today, and we're about to ride past one of the entrances to the Grave Ridge section of the trail system. This thing's been shut down for years now, and they say it's temporary, but we've really been starting to doubt how temporary this would be until we came across this information from the Bureau of Forestry. Apparently there's some sort of restoration project that's in the works with a new connector from Log Sled Trail over to Grave Ridge, and we're not really sure if that has anything to do with what we just saw a minute ago back at marker 18, but it does look like they have full plans to reopen this section and eventually have some new trails, apparently downgrading some of the difficult trails to easy trails. So time will tell, but definitely some good new information on this part of the trail system, and hopefully soon reopening of Grave Ridge.